Welcome to another edition of our 31 Nights of Halloween movies. Okay, so October 1st, movie number one we're going to talk about is The Return of the Living Dead. I love the soundtrack of this movie. This movie here I believe, has one of the best soundtracks ever. Not just in the horror movie genre, I'm talking about in movies, period. You don't believe me? Oh, you think I'm just gassing it up? You think I'm just hyping it up? Go listen to it. Then come back and see me. Go listen to it. All right. And if you don't like it, you're probably just a hater. All right. But anyways, real good soundtrack. Real good soundtrack. Check it out. Um, this movie here. All right. I saw the second one before I saw the first one. All right. I saw the second one because I was about 6 or 7 years old. Me, my mom, my dad, and my older brother, my oldest brother, we went to the movies to go see it. All right. And I enjoyed it. I liked it. Didn't see the first one, but I was like, man, I don't remember seeing the first one. Didn't see the first one till a few years later, maybe I was about 9 or 10 years old, and I remember I'm watching TV, and it was late at night, and everybody was asleep. All right, I'm still up. Why am I still up? I have no idea. While my parents are asleep, maybe they thought I was asleep, or maybe they wasn't asleep. They was probably watching something or whatever. I don't know, but I'm watching Channel 20 UPN. I think it was it called UPN back then? Anyways, I'm like, hey, that's the two dudes from Return of the Living Dead too. I'm like, okay, are they doing some type of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder thing where they star in multiple movies together? It's cool. I like the dynamic duo. And I'm like, hold up. They're doing the same doggone thing that they did in Return of the Living Dead too. And I'm like, hold up, what? And then after they opened the canister that they had no business opening and messing with, that's when the music started playing. Dun, 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 dun. Man, real good workout music too, man. But and then that's when the credits roll and it says Return of the Living Dead. I'm like, oh, this is the first one. I'm like, oh, I'm watching this. I went and popped some popcorn, didn't wake anybody up, and I'm like, I'm about to watch this, yo. I'm like, okay. Now, I was actually scared in this one because when I saw the second one, me, my mom, my dad, and my brother, we're at the movie theater. Everybody's up there awake. But I'm watching this all by myself. 9, 10 years old. Everybody's asleep. It's dark. I don't want to go wake up my folks because I had no business watching this. So I'm like, I'm gonna tough this out. I went and got my GI Joes, my Ninja Turtles, my Transformers. I had some of my X-Men action figures and my little Green Army Man and all that stuff. I had this big Leonardo Ninja Turtle. It's probably about this tall, this big. I put them around me, and I'm like, hey, zombies run up on me, we gonna handle up. Thank God no zombies really came because I don't think they was gonna come alive unless they would have done some Toy Story type stuff. So that would have been pretty cool. But anyways, all right. So this movie here, Frank and Freddy, all right, they open up these canisters that they have no business opening. I know they didn't intend to open it. They opened it. It's their fault. Had they not touched the doggone containers, none of this stuff would have happened. We would not have a movie. All right. But since we have a movie, we're going to talk about it. All right. So they open up the canisters. Then all of a sudden, now they work at a morgue. Now all of a sudden, at the warehouse, they had like these dogs that were dead. All of a sudden, the dogs started coming alive. They had a body that was like in the freezer. All of a sudden, that body reanimates. So all these things around these dead things are coming into life. Even the doggone dead butterflies on the wall coming to life. They're freaking out. They call their boss instead of calling the police. Calling the police. They would have came and helped resolve the situation. But they didn't do that. Had they did that, we wouldn't have had a movie. They could have called the 1-800 number from the military, just in case, you find a missing. It says if you find this canister, give this number a call. They could have done that. Could have been nipped in the bud right there. They didn't do that. But had they done that, we would not have had a movie to talk about. But since we have a movie to talk about, guess what we're going to do? Guess. I want you to guess right now. I'm going to stop. All right, that's enough. We're gonna talk about the movie. All right. So they called Bert. Bert's the boss. Bert's the boss man. Boss man Bert rolls up. He's like, oh man, y'all gonna get me in trouble. All this, blah, 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 blah. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go holler at Frank. And what Frank is gonna do, okay, Frank is gonna we're gonna have him burn this stuff up. So they go see the mortician. The mortician, it took some convincing and stuff, but then it's like, man, what y'all got me into, bro? But didn't take him long. He saw what was going on. They burn it. That's supposed to be it. So that's it. No more movie. After like 15 minutes, no more movie. But guess what? When you burn stuff, the smokes, the flames, all of that stuff goes up in the air. So all those chemicals is all up in the air. It's in the air, to the right, to the left, front, back, north, south, all over the place. All right. Oh, so you would think that it's just going to burn and just go up and up. No, no, no. That night, it was a perfect night for rain. For rain. Not just any rain. Yeah. Oh, let's rain over the cemetery. So all that smoke from the chemicals and all that stuff right there, it goes down. The residuals of it goes down. So it's kind of had like this acid rain type feel. And it goes all the way down to the ground. And then what happens is everything that's in the ground that was dead has become reanimated. Then bam, you got zombies all over the place. Return of the Living Dead. Man. Yeah, so like this is like, wow, that's how it happened. Now we find out something interesting in this movie. The first the first body that reanimated that they came across was the dead body that was in the freezer. Sorry, y'all, something's in my eye. Allergies acting up right now. But anyways, they tried to do what they saw in a movie, a zombie movie, where blow to the head. You know, they tried that, didn't work. Tried it multiple times, it didn't work. The body still kept moving, so they had to saw the body's head off and all that stuff, and then burn. And I appreciate that because every time I watch a zombie movie, okay, I'm like, so nobody in this movie, in the universe of this movie, nobody never seen a zombie movie before. We all know you gotta give them a hard blow to the head. Boom. I get so freaking tired of watching zombie movies and these people acting like they never saw a zombie movie before. But I love the self-aware. I guess is it self-awareness? I don't know, but I appreciate that. But then it shows that it didn't work, and to me, that hard blows to the head not working on a zombie, to me that's the equivalent of, oh, you can't kill a vampire with sunlight, or you can't kill a vampire with a cross. But you have to, of course, you have to be a believer as well for it to work. Oh, you can't kill a werewolf with a silver bullet, huh? You what? Huh? You know what I'm saying? But I like that. Now these zombies here, man. These zombies here, dude. These zombies were very athletic, and see, that's what I don't like. Well, it's unfair to go against these type of zombies because it could be somebody you knew from school. They was they was not athletic at all, not fast at all. You was faster than them. They become reanimated. They're faster than you. And then they don't get tired. Are they worried about running to the death? They're already dead. There's no operating on fumes. They are full of energy. Relentless. You ever heard of young and hungry? Well, reanimated and hungry is dangerous. It was one like it was man. But anyways, side note here, this movie here is one of the main reasons why I never ever want to be a paramedic in my life because every time the paramedics came, the zombies kept killing them. More and more and more kept coming. But the thing about it is, in situations like this, you got to call the paramedics because um, Freddie and Frank they were sick, And I'm gonna tell you something. Another side to the side note here. How they were responding after inhaling that gas, and they was oh. That I know that's how I react when I have a little cold. Don't believe me? You can ask my wife. That she's seen the movie before, but I guarantee you, if I show her that scene, I'm gonna be like, "Is that how I act when I'm sick?" And she'll be like, "Yeah, yeah." But anyways, so the paramedics wasn't able to help. Freddie's friends and his girlfriend Tina, they came over there to see him. They tried to help him, and Tina, like the scene where when Tina went down to that basement and you had the tar man down there. Oh my goodness, man. That is one of the most intense, scary scenes that I've witnessed as a kid growing up. Even watching it now, like I have flashbacks of the very first moment when I saw that scene because she hears a noise, she turns around, then the camera zooms in on Tarman as he comes out of the dark, and brains, fresh brains, and it's like okay, in most zombie movies, all right, you get away, um, most zombies not talking, he's talking, and you can understand what he's saying, but also she hides in the locker and she screams for help. Okay, maybe she's okay. Zombie not gonna is locked. No, no. He possessed the cognitive thinking skills to took a chain and I forgot what you call the thing where you got a chain and he was using that. It had a machine where he could get it open. He was about to rip it open, and then that's when Tina's friends they heard her screaming and they came down to help her and stuff. And the main guy, well, the leader of their group, he came down to help, and then he was like, "What's going on?" The entire man, boom, got him fresh brains, and I'm like, "Whoa!" And see, the thing about it, since I was watching this movie, 9 and 10 years old by myself late at night, when I see her friends, it was about 6, 7 of them. They run in to come help her. I'm like, okay, it's a numbers game. They could take this one down. All right, cool. No need to be scared. But he took down the biggest one, the leader. So it's like, well, dang. But they was able to get up out of there. They beat the crap out of him. They beat him down, but he bounced back up, and then they got the hell up out of there. They locked him in there. So, but yeah, that's an intense scene, man. Very well. Is choreographed the right word? Very good scene, man. Very good scene. Very good scene. Let's see. But this right here, man, like the tar man, like see the tar man, he was inside the canister. He was inside the canister, and like that, he doesn't even look like a zombie, man. He looks like something else. He looks like a heavily mutated zombie, like something that's on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, these zombies, they can run, they all can talk, and they are very very chatty. Whenever they would knock down one set of paramedics, they'll call and say, "Bring the cops, bring the cops." See cops coming, boom, they tearing them up, and it's like, how do you get out of this situation? How? How? Um, the little lady zombie, the little half zombie. Well, she's a zombie, but her body was chopped in half. I think that's how she died, because I didn't see anybody chop her in half, and they was able to pull her in, and they strapped her down, and she was talking clear. She speaks so well, but like I think she gave off the best acting that I've ever seen from a zombie, or at least a top three maybe. Like the way she delivered her lines with so much passion, you know. Like when they asked her, they say, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you doing this?" And it was like, the pain inside, it hurts." And I was like, "Well, what relieves the pain? How can we help?" Brains. I'm a terrible actor. You gotta watch the movie to appreciate that scene, man. Like that acting was on point. I need to find out the name of that actress, man. That acting was on point, man. But I like that, man. It was like, it almost make you feel a little bit bad for them, and in a way I do, because they were already dead. They didn't ask to be reanimated, but it just happened. It just happened. Y'all remember Lou on Fresh Prince of Bel Air? Will's dad, Will Smith, Will's dad on there. Not the new Fresh Prince of Bel Air, the original one of her. It just happened. All right, that was a side note. Let me get back on track. All right, but I thought that lady did a brilliant job. Now, I felt bad for Freddie. I felt real bad for Freddie, man, because Freddie, man, like Freddie didn't cause the canister to be open, but psh, he was a casualty of it. And him and Frank, they both got sick, and it got to the point where Freddie, he turned into a zombie. And Freddie is played by Tom Matthews. Shout out to Tom Matthews, man. Like, it's like, I know we have screen queens and stuff, but we got to give Tom Matthews his credit, his due diligence. I think he's a scream king then. Starred in Jason Lives, which is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. He was Tommy Shepard, main character in there. He starred in two Return of the Living Dead movies. All right. I think his name was Freddy in the second one as well. So, that's three horror movies, three awesome horror movies. I think that qualifies him as a scream king or scream prince or something. Yeah, because there's some females out there, they crown them as scream queens, and they only been in like two horror movies. Jessica Biel. Hey, I found out Jessica Biel's a scream queen. I only saw her in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Just that one. But she did escape, so that was dope. But when he turns into a zombie, I just felt bad because I was hoping that the love from his girlfriend Tina, like, that will help reverse some of that. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I was thinking about that. And then what's amazing? It's like years later, when did that movie come out? I think it's called Warm Bodies. You find out that, well, what they added to the zombie lore is that, well, love can actually cure it. And I'm like, well, so I wasn't foolish or far off from thinking that the love from Tina to Freddie, their love, it could help overturn the zombie from him being completely zombified. But Arnold's, maybe their love wasn't strong enough. I don't know, but that's why I like the Warm Bodies. That was a brilliant idea on that and stuff. But what happened in Warm Bodies, that's what I was hoping for in Return of the Living Dead for Tina and Freddie. All right. But so they realize that they're stuck like Chuck. They can't get out, so they finally decide to call the doggone number that's on the canister. And they talk to the colonel. And the colonel's like, "Oh, that happened? Oh, what happened when you did that? Oh, is that many people? They turn? Oh." And you start to think like, huh. And then when he asks the question, what's the radius, the perimeter and stuff for the town and all that, how many people? And then I remember I was like, okay, they about to bring the military down there. They about to handle up on him. Watch. They handled up on him. Blew him up. That's how you do it. So it won't spread. But the thing about it is, you blow them up, I think it spreads even more. Like they did a Return of the Living Dead 3. I don't think it's directly connected to the first two. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that one. I haven't watched Return of the Living Dead 3, oh man, in over 20 years. So I'm going to have to go check that one out. I may review that one as well. But I really like this movie. And like I said, the soundtrack is dope. The acting is dope. Everything is on point. Is money with this movie, man. Like it got a lot of comedic elements to it. Things that I didn't laugh at as a kid, I laugh at right now, of course. But like I say, there's still certain scenes in this movie that are very, very scary. All right. But I highly recommend y'all check this out. Okay. So once again, thank you all for tuning in. Student of the Game podcast, day one of our 31 nights of Halloween. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed talking to y'all about this movie. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll have day two of our 31 nights of Halloween. All right. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Student of the Game podcast. Oh, and also, hey, let me know what you think about the movie. What are your thoughts on Return of the Living Dead? You hate it? Love it? Did you like it? Is it in? I don't know. What's your favorite parts in the movie? What's the parts you hate in the movie? All right. Did you check out the soundtrack? Share all that in the comment section. Thank y'all for tuning in. Student of the Game podcast. Peace out.